So we're back here at Infinity Fields in Waukesha for Game 7 of the fall ball season for your Waterloo 12U Pirates. This features a rematch of last week's noon game featuring Waterloo 12U Pirates versus the STIKS Academy Black. Waterloo came out victorious last week, 3-0 in that game on a 2-hit combined shutout between Jacob and Gavin. So we are back to baseball here, and Jacob is back on the mound with the first pitch. And he pops that one straight up, and Jacob's got a play on it, and that's out number one. So 1 pitch, 1 out for Jacob. And that's 2 pitches, and Gavin misplays it, and he is safe at first. That would have been a tough get anyway, going right over top of second base. So first batter on for STIKS Academy. 1 down here in the top of the first. And swings at the first pitch, and strike 1. So just through the first 3 batters here with STIKS Academy, they are very aggressive swinging at that first pitch, trying to put the ball in play. And he is off with the pitch, and no throw down to second. So we are 0-2 on that last pitch by Jacob, which was a strike. And there is strike 3. So 3 quick strikes there for Jacob brings up 2 down for the cleanup hitter for STIKS with a runner on second. Opportunity here for STIKS to strike first. And ball high. And fouled straight back and evens the count at a ball and a strike. Again, this is the top of the first inning here with Waterloo versus STIKS, and 2 down with the runner on second. And that ball's over his head, 2-1. Wind is blowing out here in field 1, so anything up in the air is going to get some extra carry today. And ball 3 gets away from Trey, and the runner will advance to third. So we're at a 3-run count here, and STIKS with a runner 90 feet from taking the lead. And there's a nice pitch that Jacob took a little something off to get the count back to full. First full count here on the day for Jacob. And that is fouled off. And we'll do it again at 3-2. It doesn't appear there's any other games going on here at this complex at 4 o'clock. And that's ball 4 inside, so STIKS with 2 on now with 2 out for the 5th batter in the STIKS lineup. And steps off the rubber, but no throw to either base. First pitch, check, swing is a ball. Little low that time. 2-0. There's a nice pitch and fly ball over here to second base, dropped by Aiden, and the runner from third scores. So unearned run there for Jacob. Aiden from second base went out. Avery from right field came in. So runners on first and second here for STIKS, and they have a 1-0 lead. So I would have thought that was probably Avery's ball had he called him off. But Aiden was able to get a glove on it, and it just popped out. And strike 2. And here comes a fly ball out to center. Tucker Sale is under it, and he gloves it for the third out. So one unearned run is allowed to score here for STIKS. So they lead through a half inning, 1-0. And Waterloo will send up Gavin, Mason, and Aiden in the top of the first. To set the entire Waterloo lineup, let's go through it. Leading off is Gavin, second is Mason. Aiden is your third batter. Shay at cleanup. Then Trey, Jacob, Ryan, AJ, Dylan, Wyatt, Avery, and then Tucker rounding out the 12-person lineup for Waterloo. So as I was saying before, it is kind of windy here in Waukesha today, and it is blowing kind of more towards left field, but anything up in the air is going to get a ride. So there is a possibility of seeing a couple of over-the-fence home runs today. In the earlier game, STIKS Academy played the Puma Academy, and number 10 on the STIKS team hit one out. And it cleared the fence by plenty and probably landed about 20 feet beyond the fence. So, and that was to right center. So even balls to right center are going to get a carry today, even though the wind appears to be going straight to the left now, straight to left field now. So STIKS was able to do something they were not able to do last week, and that's actually score, and they did it early here in the first inning. So Waterloo will be taking their bats here in the bottom of the first. This doesn't look like a pitcher that they used last week against Waterloo. I know number 2 was on the mound, and I think number 63 also pitched. I don't recall number 27 pitching for them. But Gavin, and the first pitch is in there for strike 1. Yeah, this pitcher's got a little bit of a sidearm delivery. I would have remembered that from last week, but that was a good pitch. And ball just outside, 1-1. So usually with deliveries like that, you're going to have a lot of outside pitches that are called strikes, and you're going to be apt, if you're a batter, to maybe duck out of the way thinking that you're going to get hit, and it comes right across the plate. So Gavin sends that one in the air to short right field, and it bounces past the right fielder. Gavin digging for second. He is in there standing. So we'll give Gavin a single on that and advances to second on a error by the right fielder. So right off the bat, Waterloo with a runner in scoring position with Mason up, who homered last week against this same STIKS Academy team. And that's in there for strike one. And that's low and inside. STIKS catcher tried to frame that, but the umpire was not biting. And that's outside, 3-0. So could possibly be the unintentional intentional walk here. I don't know. This early in the game doesn't sound like it's a very smart thing to do, but... And that is low. Oh, maybe that was a strike. Or an earlier one's a strike. I don't know. 3-1, I guess. And there's a strike. And Mason with a chopper back to the pitcher. Gavin goes over to third, and he is safe at first. Mason safe on the fielder's choice. And we've got a discussion already between the STIKS manager and the umpire. So the infielders will get together and get in the way of my view of the discussion between the umpire and STIKS manager. It will not go the STIKS manager's way. So Waterloo with runners on first and third, and Aiden at the plate. I would not be surprised if Mason was not off on one of the first two pitches. We'll see, though. And he's off with the first pitch. And no throw over to second. So strike there to Aiden. And he's got a couple of ducks here on the pond in the bottom of the first inning to possibly give Waterloo an early lead. That is low. So 1-1. And that is high. Ooh, did he call that a strike on a check swing? I can't tell. This umpire does not have the greatest of arm movements. This might be the same one that I had issues with a couple weeks ago, where he would point towards first base, and I thought he was calling it a strike, but he was calling a 4-ball walk. So 2-2 or 3-1? Take your pick. I guess we'll find out after this next pitch if Aiden fouls it off. Or if it's high, we'll know. Strike 3 called. So low inside corner there for the first out for Waterloo. Brings up Shea, who was not in attendance at last week's game. So the cleanup hitter for Waterloo will be seeing STIKS Academy here for the first time. And there's a nice little chopper through the hole between short and third, and it goes past through the left fielder's legs. Mason will come around to score. Shea gets in with a single and an error, but we're going to give him 2 RBIs because I believe both Mason and Gavin probably would have scored, even had the left fielder fielded that cleanly. So we are Waterloo with the lead 2-1 here in the bottom of the first inning. Trey steps in with Shea on second, and swing and a miss. And little chopper over to third, foul ball. So 2 quick strikes here to Waterloo with 1 down here in the bottom of the first inning. Waterloo up 2-1. And just outside. Good eye by Trey at the plate there, 1-2. And that ball's way outside. Nice glove by the STIKS catcher, keeping Shea at second. And that is outside, so full count here to Trey. After the first 2 quick strikes, he's got it back to a full count with 1 down here in the bottom of the first. So that is low. So Trey will walk. First walk of the inning for Waterloo. Brings up Jacob now with runners on first and second. And quick step off of the mound there. And strike on the outside corner. First pitch to Jacob. And he's in a hole 0-1. And fouled straight back. 0-2 to Jacob. Ooh, just a bit outside. 1-2 to Jacob. And pulled the string on that one, so Jacob is down via the strikeout. And nobody watching on that, so double steal on the strikeout. They throw down to third, and he was unable to corral it. Shea trots home, and Trey is now on second. So we've got 3 runs here with 2 down, and strike 1 to Ryan. So a double steal on that pitch to Jacob results in another run for Waterloo here. Anything hit to the outfield grass here by Ryan should be a run, or Trey should be able to score. So Ryan quickly down 0-2 though. And strike 3. So Waterloo goes down via the strikeout 3 times, but is also able to plate 3 runs on only 2 hits. 1 walk, and they strand a runner at second. So through 1 inning of play, Waterloo on top, 3-0. 3-1, excuse me. I got ahead of myself there. Having flashbacks from last week when Waterloo won this game 3-0. So, yeah, if you haven't had a chance to see last week's game and are interested in that, I do have my own YouTube channel, H2O-Lou Pirates Media. So I do have last week's game uploaded where they were successful in beating this team 3-0. I know I keep talking about the matchups and stuff, but prior to last week's game against Waterloo, STIKS was undefeated at 6-0 on the season. So that was their first loss. And our boys were pretty fired up, and parents and mothers and everybody was pretty fired up after that game. So just a good quality baseball matchup from last week just continues on to this week against the same team. So this matchup game could go either way on just a passed ball or a misplayed hit or anything like that. Any errors are going to cost you, just like you saw here in the bottom of the first inning for STIKS. A couple of errors in the outfield where balls got past the outfielders, and Waterloo, instead of just settling for a single, was able to advance to second on 2 of those, and both those runners came around to score. So first pitch to Jacob is a fly ball out here to Tucker in center field, and he corrals it. 1 pitch, 1 out. So in the second inning, STIKS continues to be aggressive in the batter's box, swinging at the first pitch. So 1 pitch, 1 out, and brings up STIKS' first lefty of the game. Last week, he led off the game. So, and once again, first pitch, swinging for a foul ball, strike 1. So we'll set the defense here for you for Waterloo after this next pitch. It is the same as the first inning. And there's a swing and a strike. So Jacob on the mound, Trey behind the plate. From first to third, you've got Shea, Aiden, Gavin, and Mason. And that is a line drive just over the outstretched glove of Gavin at short into left field, and that is a second hit today for STIKS. So setting the outfield here for Waterloo, left to right is AJ, Tucker, and Avery. Ooh, throw over to first and misplayed by Shea, but it hit the STIKS runner in the hip. He appears to be okay. If it wouldn't have hit him, it would have gone into the Waterloo dugout and he would have gotten second automatically. But as is the case, he is still at first with 1 down. And swing and a miss, strike 1. Biting flies all around me here in the outfield today. So, steal on that pitch by the STIKS runner. No throw down to second. And that ball is low. And there's a big swing and a miss for strike 3. Second strikeout for Jacob in this game. So 2 down and a runner on second. Exactly the same scenario we had last inning, and they were able to plate a run. Ball inside. Nice scoop by Trey to keep that from getting too far away, allowing the STIKS runner to advance to third. So 1-0. And he steps off the rubber, but no throw back to Aiden. Just trying to keep him honest, making sure he knows he's still thinking about him back there. And there's a nice pitch, Jacob. There, we even the count at a ball and a strike. Sun is almost over the STIKS dugout at third base here, so. And there's a nice pitch, 1-2 for Jacob. Both pitchers getting that outside corner strike call today. Coming back 1-2, and that just gets away from Trey. STIKS Brunner will advance to third. So 2-2 count coming up here. In the top of the second inning. And grounder over to short, fielded by Gavin. Fires over to Shea for the third out of the inning. So STIKS is turned away without a run. So 1 hit and through an inning and a half. Waterloo still leads 3-1. Coming up for Waterloo will be AJ, Dylan, and Wyatt. As I was saying before, biting flies are out. I'm getting bit here. I have my lower left leg actually here. I was starting to bleed. So if any of the listeners out there have an update on what the Brewers score is, today could be a day that they clinch the NL Central. If you want to message me and let me know what that score might be, this is being broadcast here on September 26th of 2021. So this is the last home game of the 2021 regular season for the Brewers. They were up 5-4, I believe, before this game started. Heading into the bottom of the 6th. So once again, AJ, Dylan, and Wyatt will be the first 3 batters up for Waterloo here in the bottom of the second inning. Waterloo leading 3-1. The diamond over diamond number 4. Clock reads 4:34, so I believe this game started at 4:07, so we are 27 up. 27 minutes into this game. Thank you, Casey, for the update on the Brewers score. Brewers are up 8-4, so it looks like they could be on their way to clinching here the NL Central crown. It hasn't stopped the Cardinals from winning 14 in a row, though. And first pitch to AJ is a strike swinging. Down in the count, 0-1. And strike 2. Swings through that one as well. So 2 quick strikes on AJ. And strike 3. So all 4 outs for the Waterloo Pirates recorded via the K. And that brings up Dylan stepping into the plate here. With 1 down in the bottom of the second inning, Waterloo leading 3-1. And Dylan with a little grounder over here to first, and gloved by the STIKS first baseman in 2 steps, and Dylan is out. Brings up Wyatt, who 2 weeks ago was one of the luckiest players in Waterloo history, getting on base by the air 3 times in 1 game. And that's a nice outside pitch for strike 1. Wind has died down here a little bit in Waukesha, but still blowing consistently and fouled back for Wyatt. 0-2. Blowing consistently here, about 5 to 7 miles an hour. Still blowing left center here. Pretty much overcast. Sun is poking out here a little bit between some of the higher clouds, but and that ball is high for the first ball, 1-2 to Wyatt with 2 down here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Waterloo leading 3-1. And Wyatt with a grounder back to the pitcher, scoops and throws to first for the 3rd out. So Waterloo goes quickly and quietly here in the bottom of the 2nd inning, but still holds a 3-1 lead as we head to the 3rd. So 8-4 in the 7th inning. That's good for the Brewers. As I was alluding to, the Cardinals, who've won 14 straight, that's their franchise record. Beginning of the month, I think they were 3 games out of the 2nd wild card, and now they hold a 6-game advantage on the 2nd wild card. So all the wild card pairings are almost set before the division. The NL East division is still up for grabs. Braves are leading that one over the Phillies by 1.5 games, I believe. Maybe 2 games. So next week, this Waterloo team is scheduled to play at 8 and noon against Kettle Moraine and East Troy, 2 teams that Waterloo beat the first time around a few weeks back. So some defensive changes here for Waterloo in the top of the 1st. Jacob is still on the mound. We've got Ryan now steps in behind the plate. Everybody else in the infield is the same. We've got a sub in here in right field for Avery. He is now on the bench, and Wyatt has taken over in right field. So the top of the 3rd inning, and Jacob's first pitch is swung on and grounded over to Mason. Over to Shea for out number 1. I take that back. That is not Shea. Dylan is in at first base now. So we've got 3 subs out on the field in this 3rd inning. At catcher, first, and right, we have Trey, Shea, and Avery all having a seat on the bench now. Swinging at the 2nd pitch. Wyatt is under that one and gloves it for the 2nd out. So 2 quick pitches, 2 quick outs for STIKS Academy. Again, very aggressive in their approach this game. Swinging a lot at the first pitch. Possibly believing that might be the best pitch they see in the at-bat. And that ball is high and outside. And low for a 2-0 count. A lot of the right-handed batters for STIKS look the same. A lot of them have red batting helmets, and I can't tell if we are back here to the top of their lineup. I believe we are. That is a nice pitch for strike 1. 2-1 now for Jacob, who's in his third inning of work. And there's a foul back. So we're back to an even count here at 2-2 in the top of the third inning here, with Waterloo leading 3-1. And there is a foul back off the fence again. STIKS batter is a little bit behind that ball. And that is outside. Nice glove there by Ryan. So another full count here for Jacob. And that is inside. So second walk for Jacob in the game. So STIKS with a runner on first with 2 down. I take that back. That was the second batter in their lineup, because there's the number 3 batter with a big swing and a miss, and Ryan can't find it. And a runner goes to second base, and he can't because it was a foul ball, so never mind. No, I know this is the second batter because the cleanup hitter with the black helmet just stepped into the on-deck circle. So this is the third hitter in their lineup. Jacob steps off the rubber and does not throw to first. And that is low. So that evens the count at a ball and a strike, with 2 down here in the top of the third. And a runner on first for STIKS. And swing. Pop up over to first base, and Dillon with the glove catch to retire the side in foul territory. So STIKS has turned away this half inning. So through 2.5, it remains Waterloo 3, STIKS 1. Due up for Waterloo will be Avery Tucker, and then back to the top of the lineup in Gavin. So games here at Infinity Field are an hour and 45 minutes long, and we are through about 35 minutes here into this game. So Waterloo's first game was called off at 2 o'clock. They were supposed to take on Whitefish Bay Junior Blue Dukes. They must have had a prior commitment or something, because I see that they, according to the schedule, I do see that they did play at noon against Kettle Moraine. Came up on the short end of the stick there, 5-4, but were not able to play at 2 o'clock against Waterloo. I have not been told if that game will be made up or if that game will just not be played, because next week is scheduled to be the last week of the fall baseball season here for 12U. So we've got Avery stepping into the plate here. And the first pitch here in the bottom of the third inning for Waterloo is a strike. I will say that Avery probably needs to take a step a little closer to the plate. There's no way I don't think he could have reached that ball. And that is low and outside for 1-1. So ball and a strike here to the leadoff hitter for Waterloo in the bottom of the third. And defensive swing there, 1-2. And little grounder foul in front of the Waterloo dugout. So Avery got a piece of it, but we're still in a 1-2 count. And Avery gets another piece of that one on an inside pitch. So we'll do it again at 1-2. And another foul ball. Avery stays alive at 1-2. You're taught to protect with 2 strikes, and Avery has been doing that with the last 3 foul balls. And that is outside, 2-2. So good eye there by Avery. And strike 3. So Avery is down via the strikeout. Brings up Tucker. And low and outside for ball 1 to Tucker. And that ball is outside. So 2-0. Sparse crowd here at Infinity Fields for the only remaining game at the time. All other diamonds are empty. And Tucker with a swing and a miss. And Tucker with a grounder over to second. Kept in front of the second baseman, and he is just out. So 2 down for Waterloo in the bottom of the 3rd inning, and we're back to the top of the order in Gavin, who hit a single, a bloop single that fell right in front of the right fielder. He later came around and scored on Shea's single. And that's low and outside for ball 1. And Gavin fouls one straight back off the post on the backstop. So we are even here at a ball and a strike. Bottom of the 3rd, 2 down for Waterloo, still leading 3-1, and bases are empty. And that is a foul ball. 1-2. And Gavin with a foul ball again. I lost that one in the clouds. And strike 3 for Gavin. So 2 out of 3 outs recorded that half inning were via the strikeout. So Waterloo comes up empty. in the third inning, but leads 3-1. So this game is turning into a little bit of a total opposite of the last game, in which runs could not be scored until the fifth inning last week when these two teams met. Now, the only runs scored have been in the first inning. So as I was saying earlier, the Waterloo is scheduled to play at 8 and noon next week. I say scheduled because one of their games was canceled today at 2 o'clock. So this is the only game for Waterloo on this Sunday, September 26th. Next week's games are scheduled at 8 and noon. So they will have a short break between the two, as they did last week. Waterloo is riding a 5-game winning streak. Started the season 1-2 and have come back with 5 straight wins to come into this contest at 6-2. And STIKS, who played Puma Academy before this game and was victorious, comes into this game at 7-2. So there's another team in the standings that is also 7-2 right now. That would be Greenfield. I think they have a game next week Friday against STIKS. They apparently are not playing next week Sunday like every other team is, but they have a game against STIKS next week Friday here at the park. So before our games begin next week Sunday, we will know where we reside in the standings. And hopefully we can pull this one out and be ahead in the tiebreaker against STIKS. So we will close the book on Jacob pitching. Gavin is now in to start this fourth inning. And the first pitch is strike one. So Coach Reedy going with the same pitching duo he went in last week's game. Jacob starting and Gavin getting the relief duties. Strike two. So 2 quick strikes that Gavin has on the cleanup hitter here for Waukesha. And strike 3. So 3 pitches, 3 strikes, and the batter's out. So brings up the number 5 hitter in the Waukesha lineup. And the first pitch is low. So other than, well, we do have a little bit of defensive changes here. That's another ball 2. So with Gavin moving into pitch, we've got Shea comes off the bench, moves to third. Mason moves to short. Strike 1, 1-1. So other than that, your bench players are still, and dropped by Ryan behind the plate, but ball was outside. So sitting the bench this inning are, Trey is out in left here, so AJ is also out. So there is a little bit of a defensive change in the outfield here. So a line shot just out of the outstretched reach of AJ at second, and Tucker gets it into AJ and throws it into second, but a double given up by Gavin in the top of the fourth inning. So we do have some other defensive changes here. AJ has moved to second, so Aiden is on the bench. Trey is back in left field, where AJ was. And nice pitch there by Gavin. Shea is in at third. Mason moved to short. So those sitting the bench this inning are Avery, Jacob, and here comes another single out to the outfield, going up against the fence. So we have a run will score on another double for STIKS, bringing the score to 3-2 here with one down. So STIKS continues to be aggressive, swinging at early pitches here in the count. And ball is just inside for 1-0. And that is fouled into field number 4. Evens the count at a ball and a strike. And that is over the fence for a home run for STIKS, who now takes a 4-3 lead. So after the initial strikeout by Gavin, he's gotten into a little bit of trouble here, giving up 2 doubles and now a home run. So we can reset here. So 1 down in the top of the 4th inning. And that ball bounces before the plate for ball 1. And that was a line drive home run, folks. That was not a cheap one. And that's just outside. 2-0. So that got a little extra help from the wind, but it didn't mean much. And there's a grounder over to short. Picked up by Mason, not in time. Thrown high over to Dylan, but I think the runner was there in time anyway. So Mason kept it on the infield. But that is another base runner here for STIKS. So let's see if Waterloo can turn 2 here. He's off with the pitch, and Ryan with a throw down to second, and he is safe. Mason was unable to apply the tag in time on that one. So we've got a runner now on second for STIKS in the top of the 4th inning here, and they lead 4-3. And outside off the fence, and he will take third on the play. So now we've got a runner on third for STIKS. And that is outside. And strike 2. And that is ball 4. Take your base. So first walk of the game here for Gavin. So runners on first and third. And he's off with the pitch. Fouled straight back for strike 1. And he's off again, and the batter just got hit. So we have bases loaded here with still only 1 down in the top of the 4th inning. And Coach Reedy will do a quick mound visit here to try to settle Gavin down. So Gavin was in this jam the last game that these two teams met. Bases loaded, nobody out, and he was able to strike out the side. So we'll see if STIKS can do some damage or history can repeat itself here. So first pitch is low and outside for ball one. And Ryan keeps it in front of him, but it's ball two. And that is inside, ball three. So no place to put him here. Bases loaded, 3-0 count. And that is swung on and fouled for strike one. And that is outside for ball four. So another run in here for STIKS. And they now lead 5-3. And there's a swing and a miss for strike one. So that's a way to come back. Gavin, get ahead in the count. And that is low for ball one. So even count, 1-1. And fouled back, strike two. Ball two. 2-2. And unassisted double play there by Shea at third. A little fly out to him. And he steps on the bag to complete the unassisted double play. But STIKS scores 4 that inning on 3 base hits, 2 walks, and a hit batter. And they strand 2. So through 3.5, STIKS now leads 5-3. Coming up for Waterloo here will be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters, Mason, Aiden, and Shea, in the bottom of the 4th inning. If any of them reach, then Trey will be up. So I will say something about this complex, that even, the Infinity Fields, that even though this is the only game going on, okay, the concession stand is still open. And there are still workers in there willing to sell. And it might just be snacks and soda right now. I'm sure maybe there's not, hot dogs or anything like that available, but at least they're back there willing to sell stuff. Some places that you may go to, they may shut the You know, they may have a set time where concessions are shut down, like, 4 o'clock, 4:30, 5 o'clock. I mean, it's after 5 o'clock, and that concession stand is still open. So I will give them credit that they do keep those type of things open, even though their sales may not dictate that they should be open. Yeah, Casey Rufner, if you go to the other side, they do sell alcohol here. They do have White Claw. I also saw that they had Coors Light, Miller Lite, and Pabst, I believe. So I wish Joe Gear was here. I could buy him a Pabst, but he is not. So Waterloo steps in here in the bottom of the fourth inning, now trailing 5-3. The one thing I wish that they could get is 2 umpires for all of these games. And ball outside. So new pitcher on the mound here for STIKS as well. So 3 innings for that pitcher also. And that is a strike. So 1-1 on Mason. And swings through that pitch for strike 2. And strike 3. Mason strikes out for the first out of the inning. Brings up Aiden. That is outside. And strike 1 on that swinging strike. So even in a count, even at a ball and a strike. And fly ball out here to the first baseman for the second out. Brings up Shea, who drove in 2 the last time up with a single through the between short and third. So let's see if Waterloo can get something started here with 2 down in the bottom of the fourth inning. And Shea swings through that one for strike 1. And there's strike 2, inside corner. And ball outside. 1-2 on Shea. And that's inside. Ball 2. And Shea swings through that one for strike 3. So, Waterloo goes quietly here in the bottom of the fourth inning. And STIKS leads 5-3. Thanks for the update, Casey. Brewers have clinched the NL Central title with a win today over the Mets. They swept them at home on Ryan Braun retirement day. It was pretty much fan appreciation weekend all weekend. They honored Giovanni Gallardo and Francisco Rodriguez, and I don't know who the third one was on Friday. Yesterday was the 50th anniversary celebration of Bob Uecker, and today they had Ryan Braun and his retirement ceremony. So it's nice that on a celebratory weekend they actually have something to celebrate. So congratulations to the Milwaukee Brewers, who will probably be the number 2 seed in the NLDS. We'll probably be taking on the winner of the NL East, which I said I believe the Braves were still a game and a half or 2 over the Phillies. I think the sweep that the Brewers just conducted on the Mets pretty much eliminated their playoff hopes, but there are 6 games remaining, or 7 games remaining for some of these teams. The Brewers are off tomorrow, so before they head to St. Louis for 3 and then out to LA. So LA is very much in the hunt for the NL West crown. Only a couple games behind the Giants. Giants first team in baseball here to win 100 games this year. So, and it was nice that the Brewers could take 2 out of 3 from them when they were out in San Francisco. So, and first pitch swinging here in the top of the 5th inning, and it's fouled over the backstop for strike 1. So we have some defensive changes here for Waterloo, and there's the second hit batter of the game here for Gavin. So runner on first. And steal by STIKS. Mason was unable to hold on to the baseball, and he is safe at second. And foul ball that is being chased. In left field, I can't tell who's out there, if that's Shea or that's Avery. No, Avery's at first. Can't tell if that's Shea or Ryan in the outfield. And there's a strike out for Gavin. First out of the inning and second of his day. That is strike 1. So infield from first to third is... That's ball outside. First to third is Avery, Aiden, Mason, and Jacob is at third. Outfield from left to right is Shea, Tucker. There's a ball. And Dylan is in right field. And there's another strike. Nice pitch by Gavin. And he's stealing. Runners off with a pitch, fouled back. Little hit and run action here by STIKS in the top of the 5th inning here, leading 5-3. And a line shot. And another home run here over right field. A 2-run home run. And STIKS now leads 7-3. I couldn't tell from this angle whether that was going to stay fair or foul, and it stayed fair. So that was their cleanup hitter. And grounder over to third. Gloved cleanly by Jacob over to Avery for the second out of the inning. So 2 down for STIKS in the top of the 5th inning. And that is a grounder just outside of third for strike 1. And there is a pop up to short, and Mason gloves it for the third out. But STIKS plates 2 more here on a 2-run home run by their cleanup hitter. And they now lead Waterloo 7-3. Heading into the bottom of the 5th inning, we've got Trey, Jacob, and Ryan. So possibly 2 innings left or 40 minutes. I can't tell. So it's about 40 minutes left to play. We've only been an hour and 5 minutes into this one. So the middle of the Waterloo lineup's going to have to get something started here to get back into this ball game. Once again, STIKS has found a way to get the ball up in the air and get the wind to carry a little bit. They've hit 2 home runs this game. A 3-run blast in the 4th inning and a 2-run shot here last inning. So without those home runs, and if they would have just been pop outs or line outs, we'd be looking at Waterloo still leading here, or a tie game actually, probably 3-3. So, but Trey steps in here in the bottom of the 5th inning for Waterloo and looks at a called strike. And strike 2 for Trey. And that is over Trey's head. Fouled straight back. We'll do it again at 1-2. And that is outside. 2-2. And fouled that one back. So 2-2 all over again here for Trey, who walked his first time up. And was stranded at second. And there's a strikeout for Trey. Brings up Jacob. That's 8 strikeouts today for Waterloo batters. Nobody has more than 1. That's inside. The only batters not to strike out here for Waterloo today. That was the 9th strikeout, actually. That's a strike, 1-1. The only 3 batters not to strike out for Waterloo today, Dillon, Wyatt, and Tucker. Otherwise, everybody's got a K against them today. And that ball is outside. 2-1 to Jacob. And Jacob behind that pitch for 1-2 count. And Jacob down on strikes. Brings up Ryan. And Ryan with a grounder to first. Picked up and steps on the bag to close out the Waterloo 5th inning. So we hit to the top of the 6th. Waterloo down 7-3. Very quiet bats today for Waterloo after that first inning. Still about 25 minutes here left in the game. Possibly only one more inning to play, though. I don't know if we stop right at 6 or if it's really a time limit. I'm guessing it's probably 6 innings, maybe. So we've got Aiden on the mound now for Waterloo. Coach Reedy deciding to go with a third pitcher here in this game against STIKS. So we will set the defense here for you. We've got Trey back behind the plate. Aiden on the mound. First to third, you got Avery, AJ, Mason, and Jacob. And in the outfield, we've got Wyatt, Tucker, and Ryan. So on the bench here is Dylan, Gavin, and Shay. And Aiden's first pitch is low and outside for ball 1. And there is a fly ball out here off the fence in right field. Wyatt gets it in. And a leadoff double here for STIKS. And wild pitch, and the runner is allowed to advance to third. And that is low. Tuno. And 3-0 now. And that's a strike. Don't know if Trey's got a smaller glove on right now or not, but that's a couple that looked like he should have been able to catch, and he missed. Or at least keep from going to the fence. And that is a fly ball out here to center field. Drops between Tucker and Ryan for another double, and a run scores. So Sticks up 8-3. And still nobody out here in the top of the sixth. And ball gets away from Trey, and the runner advances to third. Looks like Aiden's just a little bit short on his pitches here. It's a couple that have bounced near the plate. It's a little high, 2-0. There's a strike. 2-1 here for Aiden. And that is low. 3-1. And inside for first walk for Aiden in the game. Still nobody out here. Runners on first and third. Sticks with a run in ahead 8-3. And ball high. That is low, 2-0. Two and one. There's 2-2 now. And strike three. So first out of the inning is via the strikeout. Still a runner on second base here for Sticks. And ball one. That doesn't get far enough away from him. And grounder over to third. Jacob gloves it and throws on to first for the out. Looks like Shea is playing first and Avery is on the bench. So runner takes third on the play. Well, we've got two down here for Sticks in the top of the sixth inning. Ball outside. And that is low. 2-0. And throws over to third. Runner is back in time. And another hit batter for STIKS. So third hit batter of the game for Waterloo, or STIKS. Third batter that they've hit. He hustled down to first, and he's took his helmet off, and he's kind of laying behind the first base bag here in some pain. The other STIKS coach is now going over there to see if he's okay. Looked like he might got a hit just right above the ankle. So they're picking him up now, and he's trying to walk it off. We'll see if he stays in the game here or whether they need a pinch hitter for him. It looks like he's going to stay in the game. Yep, he's putting his helmet back on, so tough kid there to walk it off and stay in the game. That's going to probably hurt tomorrow. Going to be a little sore. I'd be surprised if he actually tries to steal, but we'll see. And Aiden's first pitch is in there for a strike. So runners on the corners here for STIKS in the top of the 6th inning. 1 run in, they're up 8-3 with 2 down. And he is stealing. And he's in there. Without a throw. So, pain and all, and he got into scoring position. So, and that is a fly ball. And Tucker makes the running catch out here in left center to retire the side. So, STIKS with another run here in the top of the 6th inning. They lead 8-3. Coming up for Waterloo, last chances here, A.J. Dillon and Wyatt. Any of those people reach, we've got Avery, Tucker, and then the top of the order where maybe we can do some damage. So let's see what happens here in this half of inning number 6. We've got about 10 minutes left here, I believe, in this one. So we're going to need some runs to get back into this game and put it away for another W in our column to keep this streak going. But it's going to take some clutch hitting here. Looks like the same pitcher from the last 2 innings is in for STIKS. So Waterloo's going to have to be aggressive in their swinging approach here. So balls are in here, and we will be back to baseball here. Once again, we've got A.J. Dillon and Wyatt to begin this bottom of the 6th inning. STIKS leading 8-3. Looks like the catcher's webbing just gave way for the STIKS catcher, who now needed to go back to the dugout to retrieve somebody else's glove. Interesting. I've never seen that happen before. First ball is outside and low to AJ. So maybe a new glove, and he's not going to be used to it. And maybe you have a play at the plate, and he won't be able to glove it successfully. Who knows? So 2-0 to AJ. Got to be aggressive at swinging here because we don't have much time left. And there's a strike, 2-1. Low, 3-1. And ball low. So Waterloo starts bottom of the sixth here with a walk. Brings up Dylan. That is low and outside. And that is low, 2-0. So AJ's on first. Dylan with a 2-0 count. And that is outside, 3-0. Ooh, inside corner for a strike. 3-1. And Dylan with a grounder between the hole at first and second. And throw goes into the catcher. But we've got runners on first and second with nobody out here in the bottom of the sixth. And Wyatt's up. And there's a strike. 0-1 to Wyatt. And that's inside. 1-1. And strike two on Wyatt. And Wyatt down via the strikeout for the first out of the inning. So that brings up Avery. One in first and second here for Waterloo. And right down the middle for strike one. And strike two on Avery. And Avery down via the strikeout for the second time today. So 2 outs. Last chance here for Waterloo with Tucker. And that ball is low for 1-0. And strike on the inside corner there to Tucker. Evens the count at 1-1. And Tucker with a bloop out here to right, and misplayed by the right fielder. And AJ will come home safe to plate a run. Tucker with an RBI. AJ scores. So brings up the top of the order in Gavin. 8-4 now for Waterloo. Eight to 4 Waterloo behind, I should say. And strike one on the inside corner to Gavin. So first and second for Waterloo again. And outside. One and one. And that's outside, 2-1. And that is 3-1. So one pitch away here for loading the bases. And strike two. So full count. Full count. Anything close, you gotta be swinging, just like this last one. 3-2, 2 down, bottom of the sixth. Runners on first and second. Waterloo down 8-4. And fouled back. We'll do it again. If Gavin can reach, Mason will be up. Who leads the team in home runs and on-base percentage and slugging percentage and RBIs and hits. Fortunately, he's 0 for 2 today. And we've got Dylan caught in a rundown, and he will be safe at second. He is safe. Second baseman dropped the ball. So they had Dylan picked off at second, but a throw from second to third was rather quick. Dylan wasn't even halfway there yet, and he was able to slide in safely to second. The second baseman drops the ball, so we'll do it again. Full count here to Gavin. And Gavin swings through and strikes out for the second time today, thus ending the game. So Waterloo scores a run in the bottom of the sixth inning, but the rally comes up short. Losing here today to STIKS, 8-4. So we'll be back next week Sunday at 8 o'clock, broadcasting again. At this time, Waterloo plays at 8-12. But once again, your final score here today, Waterloo down. Comes up on the short end of the stick against STIKS, who got some revenge over last week, 8-4. See you next week. Bye.